'cause I can see your sunshine dripping out your sleeves onto my lifeline. Oh, good. Oh, you didn't mean to leave a trail for me, but you didn't know I'm Trevor. It's alright with me. If it's alright with you, then I could be whatever it is that you need me to. Tomorrow, 'cause you're golden. 'Cause you're golden. It's alright with you, then I could be whatever it is that you need me to. Tomorrow, 'cause you're golden.
Hello.
'Cause you're golden.
That's weird. Yeah, well, my cameras have stopped working. Just give me 2 seconds while I sort this out. There's always an issue somewhere. Welcome in everybody who's just joined us. Will be just be 2 seconds where I fix whatever it is that has decided to cause an issue. I think it could be that I've got an output going, like a stream output going. We'll just have to look. Video and voice. I'll have to put it onto there first so I can actually figure out what's going on with it. Very strange. Properties. Alright, the camera's working. Flipping heck. Alright, we've got one thing working, that's cool. And I think it's because I did like a hobby hangout chat literally like Tuesday night, but I streamed yesterday and it was all fine, so I'm kind of confused why it's decided to be a little bit annoying this afternoon. There we go. Let's just try and get the webcam on as well. There we go. Right, everything's working. Right, sorry about that. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, Ben. Right. Rock. Go with that. I've got a cup of tea here. So today is Fodder Day. But I thought I'd just quickly show you something that I was working on yesterday that started on stream on Twitch, which is the Grand Inquisitor from Star Wars Shatterpoint. So we started having a bit of a play with this. We also did a load of the Star Wars bases, which was quite fun. Nice clean, but then like I've dirtied everything up and gone for like a Tatooine style sort of desert base. I thought it was pretty cool. Quite happy with how these guys have come out. We've got 4 of those. The Jedi Hunters pack. And I was debating doing, well, continuing painting them think he's going to go on this base or this base. I haven't quite decided which one he's going to go on to. But we've done like some... well, it's all very grey, isn't he? So I was trying to do 3 different tones of grey on the Inquisitor. And then we tried to do something with the lightsaber as well, which didn't quite work out. So I need to just do a little correction on that. But other than that, we're all good on that front. Let's get some turnip. It's turnip time. So, since you last were with me last week, we were working on some brutes. And I've done the finishing touches to these 5. But I've not had any chance to do anything else. So, this is where we're at. So, basically... did some tidying up, and then I did some edge highlighting after the oils all went down. Music's working, everything's working. That's fine and dandy. I should probably post the link to this live and say that we're live as well, so I'll just quickly do that. A little photo of these boys. A link to the YouTube. That's that one. Squidzillaink. How do I share this now? I'll put it in the turnip group as well. I'll try not to spam that at the minute, but I'll just put it up in the tutorial section. Fodder. There we go.
I can see emerald skies, imagination over time.
Story as well. So chat will be sorted very soon.
What if you stay this time? Won't you stay? Baby, won't you stay with me? We can find a way. You just make me feel complete. Won't you stay? Stay with me and let's see. I can see the way you move. Please don't be afraid. I can see the ways where we can find a way.
Alright, that's that. Put it in my Discord as well. I've done all this before. I've just been running around like a headless chicken this morning, but it is what it is. That's that. Bro. Might change this music as well, actually. We put the gamers thing on, but really fancying it first. Let's go for some lo-fi. That one. Right, welcome in everybody. We're going to get cracking now. I might just put my little fan on because despite I've been trying to start early so that it's nice and cool for painting purposes. So essentially what I want to do with these before we move on is I just need to do the little black stripes that we've been adding to the majority of my Turnip28 stuff, and just add that to it. Hey up, Deep Fried. Welcome in, dude. I did a little bit more work on the Inquisitor. This is where we were at on the Inquisitor. So did a little bit of work on the shoulder pad, on this arm section. I started on the boots as well. So just to have a couple of different tones of grey going on. Quite excited to do his face actually. So pretty much after the stream, that's what I'm going to be working on solidly. But right now we're going to do a short stream today. And we're going to be doing turnips, and we're going to be rocking it. So let's get cracking with that. We were a little bit of a weird start, but we're there. So that's kind of how these guys have turned out. I've done I basically used the weathering pencils to add a load of edge highlights to these, and it just made them really, really quick and easy. So it's simple, and then once the oils are down and all the rust things are down, it comes together really, really quick, which is why I love doing this scheme, because it's just fun and it really, really is quick. After I've just done these little bits of stripes, I'm going to be working on the fodder. So I've got a unit of 12 fodder, and they're all armed with crossbows, so I'll be doing those. Let's just quickly start us off. We're going to get a little painting handle going, and then I'm just going to freehand some really easy stripes on these. Figure out where I'm going to start, probably here. We'll try and maintain the curvature of the arm as we go. What are you working on today, Deep Fried? You having a nice day? Today's stream is going to be quite chilled. Great fun on Twitch yesterday. We started some Star Wars Shatterpoint stuff. Welcome in, Syncmaster. Welcome in, Chris B. How you doing? Doing mighty fine, gentlemen. What I forgot to do last week was do these little stripes. So chat, we're just starting us off. Getting the old painting hand working. Nice little warm up. This is for Syncmaster. Doing a little bit more work on the Inquisitor. Let's show you where he's up to. We started on the shoulder pads, doing the non-met, and just clean things up. It's going to take a little bit of backing too, I think. But like I say, I'm going to go for this more blue black, and then a warmer grey for the cloth. We've done some nice sort of gradients on the inside of the cloak there. We just need to tidy it up a little bit here and just make it look nice and soft. And then on the back, there's still quite a bit of work to do on the back of the cloak, I think, before I'm happy with it. But yeah, we'll spend a bit of time on that. But when you put him against the base, probably going to be on this sort of base, I think he's going to look pretty freaking sweet, man. Want to finish my Templar box, but just haven't got the time, mate. Well, do you have yourself a little lunch break this afternoon and get on some painting? That'd be nice to see. If anybody's having themselves a nice little lunch break now, we're coming up to it. Hey A7, welcome in. Loving the cloak already. Let's get him back. Yeah, I was tempted to just continue to paint them. So there's a couple, like I said, there's a couple of bits I need to sort. So I need to sort this bit here. This is just water on the brush at the minute. So there's a little bit here. Soften all this out. I want to create some lines, so I started creating a line here. There's a light line. Just sort of add a little bit of sort of texture to the the way that the cloak will fold. I'm totally working and not building a gladiator lancer. Mate, I was having a lot of fun with this shoulder pad in particular. Really enjoyed like shaping that shoulder pad with this black non-mat. Really enjoying that. So Crispy currently curing all the bits for a fodder unit. I can barely hear the stream as I've got 3 printers running. Oh my goodness. Mate, literally just before the stream started, then I've just put one printer on doing some more turnip bodies and another printer on doing a commission piece that needs printing. So I know how you feel. I was like, shit, I need to get these on before the stream starts, because with one of them I've had to really reduce the lift speed. So it's going to take about 6.5 hours, while it took about 2 hours before. Well, I was getting a lot of failures. It's a very finicky miniature. Lots of snakes. It's going to be cool though. I knew it. You wouldn't reply if I didn't put my Twitch ID. Hey, I know your name's Idris. Chill your beans, you. I mean, you've probably got like an alternate YouTube ego, haven't you? Alternate reality. Welcome in. Thank you everybody who's joined us, who's usually a Twitch viewer. We are live on the old YouTube. I'm trying to keep the YouTube stuff going. We've got I've not had a lot of time to do any video editing this week, which is kind of frustrating because I wanted to try and get a YouTube video out every 2 weeks, but it may happen that in that 2-week period, what I can maybe say is I'll get 2 videos out a month. I think that might be a more accurate way of putting it, because then I can get the second video out, you know, a little bit later on in the month and give myself a little bit more time, essentially, you know, something like that. So it's all good. Yeah, Syncmaster, how are you finding the Gladiator Lancer? It's a really cool model, actually. The new basically new Predators, aren't they, from G-Dubs. They are pretty nice. I just felt too lazy to change it all. Oh, all good, mate. Thank you so much for joining me, A7. I very nearly didn't stream, I'll be honest. Just been weird one. Didn't sleep very well at all last night, and then it's one of those weird nights where I just woke up at like 3 in the morning and just couldn't shut my brain down. I ended up going on Audible and downloading a load of new books and just putting a book on and listening. I ended up listening to the book for like another hour until I actually managed to get to sleep. So feel a bit of a weird, you know, when you wake up and you feel underwater. That's kind of like how I've been today. But we're getting through, chat. I'm happy that we have hit record and that we are live currently, because it's all about you guys at the end of the day. If you want to showcase any of your work, what you've been doing, we usually do Whip Wednesdays on Twitch, but for YouTube, I'm happy for you to share whatever you want, whenever you want to do it, and I'll bring it up on the Discord so we can have a little look at and see what you're doing. So Chris is working on another fodder unit from what I saw there before. We are doing Turnip28 today. Once I've got these stripes done on these guys, like I say, I'm just literally keeping it simple, keeping it safe, and then we're moving on to my fodder unit. So you woke up when I started working. Oh shit, mate, so you were on a full-on like early. Are you all finished now? You've done 3 till 10, something like that. What kind of shift pattern that would be? It sounds pretty horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait to get my second unit of brutes put together, actually. I'm quite keen to get them done, because I'm like, I've really enjoyed doing Turnip28 freehand, so like it's another excuse to really just get loads of shields done. load of freehand done. Nice bit of practice. Just about to finish, but may log back in later. I built a repulsor a week ago and the Lancer's much nicer. Yeah, I dislike the repulsor. I dislike painting the repulsor. I dislike building the repulsor. I just don't like the model. I don't think it's a nice model. It's just like a weird floating box with like tons of guns strapped to it. Which doesn't make any sense. And it's not fun to paint. In my opinion, anyway. I've seen loads of people doing the second edition Marine challenge as well on Instagram, which looks really fun. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that at the minute, but it does look a lot of fun. Loads of people are like getting files and digging out their old second edition Marines and just like doing some colour schemes. I don't know what I'd do if I did paint like an original, like a proper OG Space Marine. Oh, it sounds really fun. I just work whenever I want, so long as it adds up to 40 hours a week. So you chose to wake up at 3 in the morning and work? You mad lad. Absolute mad lad. There you go, chat. This is this Brutes unit pretty much done. Like I say, I need to add another guy to the squad. But I'll be doing that a little bit later on. I need to print some more of these frogmouth helmets, but they are looking pretty cool actually. I'm quite happy with how they've turned out. I'll probably take some pictures of them when I've got the 6th guy sorted. So let's move on to the fodder. So I was debating picking up a load of backpacks for these, but I've not really found anything that I want. Like I've seen some sort of semi-medieval style backpacks, because you've got to remember, like I've gone for a medieval theme with my turnip regiment. So if I were to slap on like the stately backpacks, it just wouldn't really suit the vibe that I've gone for. Welcome in, Jojo. Good morning to you, sir. Oh. Also, Syncmaster, what's the regimen that you're going for? What's the chapter that we're rocking? So this is my fodder as it is. I do actually have, I think I have some arrows. Like, you remember the old giant? Oh, I also found something else. I'll quickly distract myself for 2 seconds. I printed this ages ago. This is like from one of my giants, the miniatures that I sell on the Etsy store. And I just thought it was really funny. So if I clip off these fingers, I was thinking for my toff. So my toff is this guy, right? He's got quite a bit of height. So I was thinking of maybe clipping it and like adding it here. Imperial fists, nice. Some of that yellow fisting. Looks a lot of fun to paint Imperial Fist, to be honest. I might have to resculpt this claw though. What do you reckon, chat? Should I do it? Maybe we can mount him on a pike. Or like have him just in his mouth. You know, I could just put it in the crab's mouth like that. It makes more sense that the crab would have it in his claw though. Kind of like the idea of it just being like that. Hanging there just like, ah! I'm not sure. We can put up a vote. I just thought it'd be quite funny to add to it. What's everybody working on alongside me this afternoon? / morning for some of you peeps. I'm going to start off with, I think I'm just going to smack the bases. Like what I'm enjoying doing at the minute. You think I should stick it in the claw, yeah? I just think it sounds like a fun idea. I'm going to take some Rhinox hide, of course. My fave. And we'll just get it in there and probably just layer in a little bit. I think I used the black leather, I think it was, to mix in with it just to add like an element of dark purple. There we go. One of my favourite scale 75 paints actually. Black leather. I've become a fan of like painting the bases now before I actually paint the models. The colour will look so natural for that model. I'm painting up a battle wagon. Nice. A battle wagon. Is it an orc battle wagon? What's up, Kado? Kado's done some modelling. He sent me a picture this morning. Proof that he's doing some modelling. Made me very happy though, mate. Honestly, it brought a smile to my face. And then it just makes me happy seeing you guys working on your projects. I've set like a deadline with Kado because we are going to try and film a game of Bushido. So I've got my Bushido squad. The bases are all done. I haven't started painting them yet. But I will be working on those. I've literally just got to get the Shatterpoint commission done. My ideal is to get it done before the end of the month, but we're looking pretty tight on time. Because I wanted to stream some of it. So we did some of the Grand Inquisitor yesterday. I did a little bit more work on the Grand Inquisitor, and then basically just chilled with the wife last night. We went for a shop, cooked some tea, and then we watched a new anime series last night called Radiant, if anybody's heard of that. Or Radiant. It wasn't too bad. We were both quite enjoying it. It's always nice to start a new series together like that. Modelling in his pants. Oh, yes. That's what we want. We've got the not safe for work hobby section in the Discord. We should all take off our pants now and just hobby, because it's going to get so hot, because it's going to be a heat wave again in the UK very, very soon. So it's going to get stupidly hot very, very quickly. So we'll all be in our pants. But you won't be able to see anyway, because you won't even know. I might not even be wearing pants right now. Who knows? Because the camera is up here. But we'll all have to do it one day for solidarity reasons. We might even have to get like a little paddling pool and put a paddling pool between you, like so you can sit your feet in it to cool down while you're painting. If it gets too hot. A little bit worrying, to be honest. We might have to do even earlier starts on the painting streams if it gets like too hot. Because if it gets too hot, you literally won't be able to, like, the paints will just dry too fast. Even with a wet palette. Wet palette will keep it going a little bit longer, but I'll do a mix and then it'll immediately dry. Make it painful. Hey Dora, have you got any plans today to get on with any more stuff? What's your plan, mate? We've got a couple of people in chat doing some hobbying. We've got Sickmaster's building up his Imperial Fists Gladiator. Jojo's building a battle wagon. Anybody else doing some hobbying along with me this afternoon? Anybody doing any Turnip28 with me this afternoon? Or just pick up a brush on your lunch break. Pick up a model, any model. Pick up a pair of clippers. Ice Cube in the wet palette, Chris B. That could be a suggestion. Might try that out, mate. Have you done that yourself? Does it do anything? Does it help? You just have like a big lump underneath your... To be fair, it will melt and just like slowly add more water. But you just have a big lump in your baking paper. Some nice chill music on. I actually had, from the last week's live stream, apparently have had like a copyright strike on one of the songs that was used, which I was like, what? Because I'm using Streamlabs free music, so I was like, this should be completely free. So I emailed them, and they haven't really been very helpful. So I'm hoping we don't get another copyright strike. I don't think it matters too much on a live stream, to be fair. Just annoying, especially when you've paid for the service. Just thought it might keep it wet on a hot day, you know. I think it could work. I think we'll try it out, dude. When it starts getting scorching, we'll try it out. Like, it does sort of work if you put like a cup filled with ice in front of your fan, right? You're getting like a little bit of extra coolness out of it. And these fodder on the go. I do want to do a unit of melee fodder as well, but I don't have any more of these like, you know, this style of body. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to print some Highlands in War, because I'm a merchant for the Highlands in War range. So I was thinking of using their Sunland men-at-arms. They do have a little bit more armour than your typical fodder unit has. Like they've got like breastplates and stuff like that. So I'm just going to have a little look around and see if they do something a little bit less armoured. And then I'll use that as the basis. And then print off the normal like Turnip28 bodies, and then hopefully like... Because to be fair, the Turnip28 bodies do have breastplates on. A lot of them do. Like this one, for example, he's got a breastplate, right? So my units will probably look a little bit different. I'll have to think about the scale as well, because I've done these as 28mm scale. Has anybody in chat also heard of a game called Necropolis28? I've been following a chap on Instagram, and he's just been to a tournament recently, and I was like, oh, that looks really fun. And I saw like the process and started following the tournament organizer, and I saw like that he built all of these really cool little tiny like 3x3 boards. Sorry, no, 2x2 boards they were, not even 3x3, 2x2 boards. But they were amazing, like really, really cute little, highly built up scenario boards. And it's kind of made me want to do a little warband for that, because it looks really fun. Basically like lich on lich action. Fully customizable. All of the bells and whistles. And the guy that I was following had basically made like this massive necromantic sort of construct, and then had like a really like scrawny lich, a necromantic remnant it called it, which was really funny. So just having like this guy who's put all of his power into this giant construct, but like all of the eggs in one basket, and he said he'd had, you know, he actually did quite well, because the giant undead construct absolutely slapped, and it was dead tanky. It's just a case of trying to keep his guy alive, keep his lich, well, alive. They're all dead, but you know. Love Necropolis28. Check out Owl Shield if you haven't. All right, cheers, mate. Yeah, do it. Yeah, drop me a link. I think it was Owl Shield who's the guy that ran the event. I was like, that's so cool. It was like, I'd love to do that. I love like these little games. I'm starting to really enjoy the whole kit bashing element of things as well. It's something my friend Kitbash Converts originally got me into Turnip28, so I think I don't know if he's actually got an Necropolis army, but I could probably convince him to make one at some point. He's being corrupted by Warhammer stuff at the minute though. Like, But fair enough, 10th edition's out. If you're interested in 40k, get on it. A good time to be into 40k right now. I've literally like doubled down on everything else though. I'm like way more interested in all the other games out there right now. Have you played it then, Chris? Have you played Necropolis? I might be doing a TTS game night as well, one of the nights next week, so I'm going to be arranging that, possibly streaming it as well. I'll have a chat with to see if I can get it arranged. Well, that'll be for Star Wars Shatterpoint, because I'm really keen on trying to learn how to play that as well. But it'd be cool to see if, like, I know that Turnip has some online support already for TTS, so it's Tabletop Simulator for those who don't know. Really, really good piece of software, and it just allows you to play anybody from anywhere. Like, some of the packages, game packages, are better than others, of course. I've played Marvel Crisis Protocol on there. It's really good for people who are kind of in the middle of nowhere or don't really know anybody to play with, or want to play with people from the other end of the country. Would you be in our case? I think, Chris, you're on the east. Haven't played yet, been building up a couple of gatherings, just waiting to receive the STLs for some 8-inch terrain tiles. Oh, interesting. Okay, which terrain tile? I've seen quite a few Kickstarters for that recently. There was one that I saw from the guy who designed Print Your Monster. So I'm a merchant for Print Your Monster, and he had just been participating as a project leader in a new dungeon tile like printing thing, which looked really interesting. Just focus on Turnip on the docks at the moment. Got to build half a dozen boards. Oh my god, yeah. How are you getting on with your boards, dude? No wonder you're running FDM printers left, right and centre. I think I'm going to buy an FDM printer, honestly. I've been thinking about it for a while. I've got loads of terrain files that I haven't put up on my Etsy store just because it would be very difficult and very expensive to print them up on normal resin. So it makes sense to maybe offer them up as FDM products. But the speed of which it takes an FDM printer to print, like, how do you find the FDM printers? Are they a pain in the bum? Do they take forever? Like, what's the sitch? Do they like take a lot longer than resin prints? Oh, I also wanted to show you this, guys. On Twitch, we did like a vote for what I'm going to paint, and we voted on the shark, and this is what we got up to. I wanted to show you how he looks at the minute. We've basically just painted him to look like a tiger shark, and I've had a lot of fun basically doing glazes and doing like little bits of these striping freehand bits. Wanted it to sort of like fade in a little bit and like weather the shark up, but I'm very, very happy with how he came out. I do need to crack on with him. I think there's just a little bit more work that needs doing to the shark itself here, and then we need to get all of the bits and bobs sorted from the top for the traction shark. So next on the agenda, I'm going to do the we're gonna do the tunics. I was gonna think here like what we're gonna do with all of the uniforms, because what I've done with the knights is pretty much everything's red and black, but considering these guys don't have a lot of armour on them, I'm actually thinking of adding some other colour tones. So maybe we'll go for black boots, maybe we'll go for some cream pantaloons. Got the first one complete, got about a dozen terrain pieces printed and halfway painted. Mate, you've been cracking on. So you've got until the beginning of September. Let's also post your event up into chat as well for everybody who's here with us. So I remember you put it up into... There we go, Necropolis28. Why did it post my app thing twice? That's weird. Delete that one. I'm going to join the Necropolis Discord. Appreciate that, bruv. Turn up on the docks. Let's get a link for that going. I'm going to pop that into chat for you. There you go. If you're interested in joining the event Turnip on the Docks, it's a Turnip28 tournament ran by the old Chris B here in chat, absolute legend. Go. It depends on what you're printing. If you can afford it, I'd recommend looking into buying a Bamboo Lab P1P. I'm going to Google these, got them ready. Bamboo Lab P1P. As they are Core XY and print much faster. Bamboo Lab 3D printers. Oh wow, that's a lot of money. I've just seen that. It's probably like the latest version of it, but fucking hell, no, I can't afford that. Goodness me. See if they've got any deals on. 3D printers. They do Creality, do they? I was looking at the new Neptune. Saw the Creality brands. Okay. God, some of the high-end, like super high-end 3D printers are bonkers in money. Like, whoa, self-contained, temperature-controlled. Probably avoids a lot of the issues of the retail brands. It'd be nice to be able to afford one of those, honestly. Maybe one day, chat. Maybe one day. Half tickets are gone, so if you want to get one, get buy-in. Although, if there's enough interest, I might be able to get a few more tickets added. Lovely jubbly. Let's see if we can get some more tickets sold for you, dude. I'm going to see if my mate will travel up with me and we can come together. I'll message about it and see what's what. Right, I think, chat, we're going to go with some leather. So I'm thinking, should I do cream? But then I'm like, it doesn't really go with the general gist. Nobody would really have like white pants, would they? So we can mix it up, to be fair. I might do a couple. So I'll do some with the white pants, because once they've been oil washed, I think it'll look nice and gritty and grimy anyway. We can probably like touch it up with some Rhinox hide and just add little elements of mud to it as well. That'd probably work out quite nicely. Just want a nice little basing brush, that'll do. So I've just got some Mojave white. There's a nice little off-white, cream off-white. Good for like uniform tones. So I'm going to do black boots, white pants on this one, and we'll just mix it up. I might do some brown pants as well. But basically, we're on the batch paint today, chat. thinking about like how realistic it's going to be for me to get some more Turnip28 content recorded. I think people are less likely to watch me do fodder and more likely to watch me do more like interesting characters and stuff like that for big old YouTube videos. So I am in the process of filming the how to kit bash and paint my brutes. So that'll be probably finished off this weekend and be edited up next week. Let's hope. Well, like this oil painting technique is definitely one of the fastest techniques I've ever done. But like a pretty good result very, very quickly. It actually looks half decent. As a lot of people who have watched me before, I'm not a massive fan of contrast paints for using as contrast. Like slapping on contrast paints, just a fan of it. Don't like how it looks. So I prefer to go for more of, if I'm doing like batch painting stuff, I prefer to do more of a base coat, oil wash, and then do a couple of little details. Because that's still pretty damn quick. Just add a little bit of variation to these chaps. I think some of their sleeves and things I'll do in the same tone as the pants as well, so we've got like a little one. I might very well add some extra elements to these guys as I go as well. Like I say, if I can find those arrows that I've got kicking around some, I might just glue a couple to like stick them in the ground and stuff, because a lot of like archers would just get all their spare, or like crossbowmen, they'd get all their spare bolts. One of the other things I was thinking of doing is maybe printing some because I found like some designs for little crossbow quivers. So I might just pull the trigger and buy those. I think the file was like £2 on Cults 3D, so I was like, eh. At the time I didn't want to buy it, but I'm kind of thinking I should, because I've not found any more like quivers on any of my sprues or anything. I was hoping to just find some like random quivers, but could double check though, because I may have some for the Highlands in War 3D files there. But just like a quiver, or like adding a couple of little bits to the backpacks, I could paint them separately and just glue them on. I don't think that'll be a huge issue. I will say as well, chat, like I am taking more bookings for August onwards. I have a guy ready to go on some 40k bits if I don't get any other bookings. Like, it's basically a client that says, like, you know, if you're free, then I'm in no rush. So I do have some work to get on with, but if anybody would like to get any bookings in for August onwards, just give me a shout, message me, DM me, email me at squidzillaink@gmail.com for a free quote, and I'm doing 10% off first time commissions as well. I paint to tabletop, which is like this level, character level, and then gold tier, which I do as like there's bronze, silver, gold. Gold tier is like my display level. So like, for example, the Grand Inquisitor that I was showing you before, or if you check my Instagram out, Thanos was painted to gold tier. It's usually reserved for display pieces or like characters that people really, really like. I don't think it really lends itself to Turnip that well, but I can do a very, very polished and highly detailed Turnip28 top for someone. I would happily do that, to be honest. Sounds like a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm up for anything. I also do print on demand as well. Going to do a couple of them with brown pants now, so we've done 4 with white pants. I'm going to do a couple with battle dress. Actually, we're going to do some gun corp brown, so get a nice little brown tone in. It's like a warm brown, actually. Quite like this tone. Mixing it up a little bit on who's got what for their pantaloons. Nice warm brown, that, especially over that grey. You need to find a suitably big hat for your top. How big are we talking? Does it need to be enormous and feathered? Because I've seen some pretty epic designs for people doing them. My Toff has a giant cone hat. As you can see here, he's the most sinister looking Toff, but I wanted to do him with this weird fetid. Well, I wanted the horror vibes to be in this army, to be fair. Really playing on the horror bits. But he does have a hat, technically. That is the cone head of doom. Like, he's basically a root, like that. The reason I went for that sculpt is because it looks like he's turned into a root, like he's so mutated. Fantastic, fantastic. Bossing away through these at the minute, chat. I'm enjoying these little turnip hobby times. Honestly, I'm just cracking on, really. And hopefully it motivates you to get on with some painting yourself, or for you to just stick it on in the background while you're working on whatever. Give you some hobby vibes, because at the end of the day we just need inspiration to keep moving on, and it doesn't have to be the most bestest thing you've ever painted with Turnip28 stuff. It literally just be smashed out really fast using some cheeky techniques to get some speed. If it doesn't look like he's going to fall over, it's not big enough. Yours is up there as far as big hats go. Yeah, I don't imagine he could even swing that sword that is in his hand. So I imagine the crab does all of the fighting for him. And he's kind of just so mutated that he's rooted in place. I was kind of thinking, like, when I originally got him, I was thinking, should I put him on a howdah, or should I have it look like maybe he's grown into the crab? But then I went with that he's just like really mutated, because I wanted to go for more of a sinister look. I saw one of Max's latest things that he put up on his Instagram where it's like a guy with an axe head. I thought that looked really funny. Quite like the idea of axe head man. Like, he literally shaped one of the helmets to look like an axe head. It's fantastic. I think for the crossbows themselves, I think I might do the ash colour. So what I did for the spears is I added a off black, so it was like a lightish black tone called German camo grey. It was like German uniform grey basically. and then washed it with a little bit of black in places so it looked like a patchy black. I quite like that. I might do that for the crossbows as well. I've got one more chap that will do with this sort of nice pale brown tone, and then we'll probably do another tone for the others. That was a beautiful set of minis. It's pushing me to think of some more wild kit bashes. There you go. That's it. Every time we see some cool stuff like that, immediately I'm like, ooh, I could do this, or I could do... Like, I really have got it in my head now. I think it was Chris that put me onto it, of doing the swelling for my next cult. Max's Kickstarter mini is going to be on MF. Oh, mate, that's really good news, actually. I really want to get them. I've just seen the Saint Decent Grogs as well. I'm kind of like, with my swelling cult, I'm not really sure if I want to do them with like that style, or if I want to go for like sort of hooded, cloaked, like long sort of robes as like proper cultists, right? Cult of the Squid. Or if I should do them a bit more traditional turnip with a twist. I would like some cowls and some hoods with like the beaky nose of the helmet poking out from underneath. I do quite like the idea of that. Okay, so we've got 4 more left here. We'll do those with a... I'll do them in a dark brown. Let's go with Mornfang brown. So we've got a couple with the white, a couple with that pale brown, and then a couple with this Mornfang brown's a nice reddy. It's got a little bit more red and yellow mixed in. Sort of your beast hide tone. We'll do little black boots for them. A nice bit of variation going on. Yeah, since these are my crossbow fodder, I think I have decided I'm going to go with like some... I would like some pikemen. I really feel like doing some pikemen. Or maybe some halberdiers for my next melee fodder unit. Because if I do like the brutes with the shields, I'd quite like Max to add some more weapon options in there as well. So at the minute you've got like melee weapons, you've got it just says close combat weapons, right? I'd quite like him to do pikes and sword and shield and stuff like that, and just like if you run sword and shield you get a +1 bonus to your vulnerability or something like that. Then you could have some like slightly tankier units in there. Or maybe like they'd have +1 vulnerability against missile fire or something like that. Because shields are cool. I've seen a load of pictures where people have done like palisade sort of things, so like how it was with medieval like the first sort of firearms that came into being. And for like arballists and big crossbows, they used to carry like a little palisade shield with them, stick down the shield so they'd have like a temporary form of cover, and then they'd fire off from that position. That would be, again, that would be quite an interesting thing to add as an option. Once again, everybody in chat, if you'd like to do us a massive favour and just click that like button on this video. It's a live video, so the more likes that we get, the better the live gets pushed out to other people. Maybe some new people who've never seen Hobbying before. All helps. Band of the Worm gets access to pike units. They get to fight first in melee. Oh, nice. Band of the Worm. So, right, okay, so he's kept it so that they're a special unit. That's pretty cool. I know a couple of people who have built like multiple of the special units from other cults so that they can run their regiment as whatever cult they fancy at the time, just with the aesthetic. I was tempted to do that for my Knights of the Charybdis, but I kind of just want to start off an entirely new cult after this one. Make multiple cults per regiment so you can swap them out. That's what you're doing. There you go. Yeah, so maybe I can do a pike unit. I'll maybe do 2 units of fodder then. I'll have a melee fodder unit with just basic stuff. And then I'll do a pike regiment. I can swap out to that if I want to. I'll have left my crabs behind feasting, gone on ahead with the units. Fight first in melee is going to be pretty damn strong actually if I think about it. Always like high elves in Warhammer Fantasy with always strikes first, or dark elves that always strikes first, right? I think it was high elves to be fair that had that rule. That was a really powerful rule. Obviously, yeah, they might not be as strong as certain other units, but if they can chip down a couple of your guys before you even get to strike back, it's going to even out the odds a little bit. Yeah. Right, so we've got those down. So next on the agenda is I'll start plugging in all of the reds. So pretty much everybody's uniform will be red. Might add a little bit of black as well for like this underskirt bit, maybe like the belts and stuff. Yeah, I chopped the heads off some of the frogmouth stuff because I do kind of like how these little tunics look. Definitely in like theme. I'm gonna have to print some quivers off. They need something on their back, like, because not everybody's got a little bit of a tuft coming out of them, you know. Like this guy's got loads of tufts come out of him. So like this guy, for example, could do with like a quiver of arrows on his back. Just double check down here actually, because I remember putting him down here on my desk. Have a little rumble around if I can find him. Maybe not. I've just got paints all over my desk. Could maybe make some. I just get it quite thin. Maybe chop up a couple of pieces of like cocktail stick. I do want Toffs to get 1 or 2 other weapon options, maybe a brace of pistols. Yeah. A really destructive turnip tied to the end of a stick. That would be cool. Just thinking. I did have a load of these. Maybe not. I've got the old giant sprue from Warhammer Fantasy. I definitely had. Well, I've definitely taken them off now. There's nothing on there. Aha! I found them. And I found some quiver options. Excellent. Okay, it's my lucky day. Or I just wasn't looking hard enough. There you go, so we've just found some little tiny quivers. I could just stick them on and then hit them with a... Actually, we'll probably just hit them with a surface primer separately. And then just glue them down. Awesome. I've also got like a couple of little swords and things. Maybe add a cheeky sword. I don't think they would carry them though as like fodder. They just don't really have any melee weapons, do they? They've just got to hit each other with whatever they've got on hand. You have some cavalry still. I could make some... Thinking I was going to make some whelps. I've got these like men-at-arms. So I've got these guys. This is from my old Bretonian stuff. I'm going to use these as men-at-arms. So I'd already built a lot of them, so I could literally just take the helmets off. It'd just be a quick kit bash, really. Just like lop the head off. I do kind of like that hat. I might have to just like green stuff something or do a little bit of a chop and change and keep the hat on a few of them. I do quite like them. No worries, pal. See you soon. Appreciate you sticking by. Got a pitchfork here. Right, I've just found a ton of arrows and I've found a couple of quivers as well, chat. So we are in for a win. Take off all these quivers. The arrows on the giant's thing do look pretty big though. I think the occasional guy should have a sword belt as well. I'll chop off a couple of little swords. But I kind of want to save these for when I do a melee unit. Nice little sword belts there. So if anybody remembers the old Games Workshop giant sprue, it comes with a ton of like random bits on it. You get like like a little splattered goblin look. You get this guy running away. I was tempted to put him on the base with my crabs, like the crabs chasing one of them. But I'm going to save him for something else. But I've got all these little arrows here. Might just stick a couple of these. I know I've got these little quivers here, so the bolts you tend to be a little bit smaller, don't they? These are pretty big. Maybe we won't use these. I was just thinking maybe I could like stick a few of them in the ground to make it look like they've planted a few. But they probably wouldn't do that with crossbow bolts, I guess. But we do have a load of these now. That's a win. literally just glue it to... Well, I could just drop it immediately. How would they have the crossbow bolts, do you reckon, chat? Does anybody know like how they used to have them? Would they have them on their backs? Or like just here, like hanging off the belt, like easy reach? I can imagine it'd probably be over this side, something like that. Because then the chap could literally just reach down and grab it, and then sling his bolt, fire his next one, reach down, grab it. You know, maybe a bit further back on his belt. I think I kind of prefer it. Side pouch, something like that. I feel like that would be in the way, like it was on the front of him. You strap a sword to my back as well. Yeah, I do need to get some like proper backpacks. I was just having a look around all those prints and no like backpack. So I'm definitely gonna have to like have a little look and see what I can do. Some of them need backpacks, don't they? Like, perfecto, está bien. Yeah, we'll come back to those because I'll literally just base coat them in the surface primer. I can't believe our luck though that we found some quivers. Don't have to spend £2 on a Cults 3D file now. I'll do that later. We're going to do some red painting now. So all of the reds I've done with Gory Red from Game Colour. Just really nice coverage. I love green colour paints. I think they've got excellent coverage. Hey D Walker, how's it going? Welcome back, pal. Honestly, thank you so much, guys. Everybody who's like just joined me on YouTube and has come back. So week on week now. This is the third week. So Jojo, D Walker, Crispy. Anybody else who's joined us in chat that is lurking and working, thank you very much for joining me. It's usually quite hard to get a new streaming section off the ground. I do want to keep this a nice regular thing for us on YouTube. As well as our Twitch. At the weekend I am going to be painting up something very, very special as well. So if anybody knows anything about Star Citizen, I've got a print and paint commission for a Star Citizen ship. So that's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to print it up on Saturday. I'm going to be trying to set up, I don't know if anybody's heard of this, but there's a piece of software, right, where I can literally set up my phone camera or my, like, because I've got a DSLR camera, I might be able to do with that. Or maybe even with the camera that I'm using right now. And there's a way of setting it up, so using the software, where it only records when the print goes up, right? So it just you literally see, so once it's done all the processing, you'll see the print coming out of the vat. And that's it. They'll just be going like that, because normally it's like up and down, up and down. But it's quite cool. So I'm going to do that for it's a Cutlass Black. It's what I'm going to be printing and painting. And then if that works out, then I'm going to try and do that for a couple of different interesting sculpts as we print and paint them. Welcome in, James. How you doing? You haven't changed your YouTube name back to Ogron yet? Are you taking a nice little cheeky lunch break? Everybody in chat, if you want to wish James some luck, he's got an exam tomorrow and he's been studying his ass off. I went over and dropped off a load of crisps for him yesterday so he could get some popcorn and some crisps. So I hope you've enjoyed those, bro. Still need to sort it, yeah. I mean, if you don't mind having your real name on here, then there's no problem, but... We're just hanging out and painting some minis today. Thanks, Jojo. There you go, James. Got some support in chat. You got this, brother. No stress. Last practice exam was 84% and the snacks have helped. Awesome. Some of that caramel popcorn, baby. Aldi, mate. I love Aldi. Such good value. Yeah, we'll find out how he got on next week. Just checking in on lunch break, then it's back for revision. Chicken sandwich! How you doing, bruv? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Little progress update for you, Chicken Sandwich. This is where we got up to with the Grand Inquisitor yesterday. Quite pleased with how he's come out so far. We've got the non-metallic metals running, started them off. Doing black non-metallic, black non-metallic metals a bit different. Still got a little bit more work to do on that for sure. Like some tidying up. I feel like I might add a little bit of like a dark blue element in there as well. Just to really sell it. But yeah, he's looking pretty fucking cool. I'm happy with him so far. I tried to do a bit where I did like white on the top of the lightsaber, right? Just white on the top of his lightsaber, and then painted it red. So you'd have like dark on the bottom and brighter on the top. You can sort of see it here and here, right? But it didn't really work. So very pleased with that. Pretty much everybody in that entire like unit pack from Star Wars Shatterpoint, they're all holding their hands out because they're all force wielders. But I feel like in terms of poses, they could have maybe done something else. They're literally all going. They're still very cool though. I still really, really like those models. Just a slight criticism. So it shouldn't just be dark underneath. Yeah, that's it. Well, I wanted it to be like a little bit like it's catching my light. I don't know. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'll have to redo it. I wanted it not to just be one plain red stick. I wanted it to look like it's got a little bit more going on. you do need to draw the line as to where the highlights are. That's it. So I think what I'll do is I'll add some oranges. So I'm going to add some like brighter oranges to like towards the end and on a few little bits to make it look like it's pulsing energy. Because one of the things, I was talking about this yesterday, but in Star Wars Rebels, they do say that the use of a lightsaber, sorry, it might have been in actually it might have been in the Clone Wars, later episodes of the Clone Wars. Anyway, they were talking about how it's a manifestation of your will, so it's going to be sharper and things like this in certain areas because it's the flow of the energy through the lightsaber. Like 2D neon kind of style, easy, but 3D is ugh. Yeah, I think it's just a case of making it look interesting to... As a painter, I just want it to look a little bit more intriguing. What are you up to, mate? Are you working today? You chilling? Doing a little bit of painting alongside? Just got back from the gym, done another cardio tennis session. Nice, dude. Mate, I've been a bum. I've been a gym bum. I haven't been to the gym in the last 2 weeks. I just did a little bit of body weight training last week. So I keep saying like I'm going to do some. I think tonight. Or maybe actually after this stream. Tell you what, after this stream, I'm going to do a full hour workout. I just feel better as soon as I've done it. Got a game of squash tonight too. Crikey, you're smashing it, dude. Keep yourself busy. Yes, I missed gym class. I did another gym floor and then 50 lengths of the pool. Putting us to shame, son. Putting us to shame. I don't own any license to a gym at the minute, so I'm literally just doing stuff in my back garden. It's like sometimes I overdo it a bit. Yeah, then you'll just be making up for it and you'll be knackered. I've definitely noticed that since I've not been doing workouts that I feel tired. I'm feeling really, really tired. Like I was a lot more energetic when I was doing stuff. Me and the wife have even stopped sort of doing walks and things. We were doing walks quite regularly. Okay, chat. We're just sort of batch painting, just chilling this afternoon. If anybody who's just joined us wants to let us know what they're working on as well. This is one of my crossbow unit fodder. Gone for the medieval twist on my guys. The minute I tried to get out of the pool yesterday, my hamstring cramped. You'll never become the Hashira of painting with that attitude. Hey, I've got to paint. So I've got to paint and then I'm going to take a break, do a workout, and then I'm going to be back to painting. Because I've got to get the Grand... I want to get the Grand Inquisitor finished, or at least to a point where I can finish them off on stream tomorrow. But I need to get cracking. I was hoping to get the whole Jedi Hunters unit done before next week, so I can get work on the General Grievous box set. So it's just going to be a case of grafting. Ain't cut no corners with them. They're all being done to display level. I'd say doing the Jedi Hunters is a little bit easier than doing the General Grievous stuff because there's not really any non-metallic metal to do. Just like a little bit of non-met to do. Back into gym tomorrow morning. Are you doing weights? What are you doing? Managed to get, got a bit of red on him. A bit of red on him on that sleeve. This guy was the Mornfang Brown, so let's just quickly retop that Mornfang Brown back over the top there. Bing, 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 bing. Not about too much chat because, like I said, we're going to be smashing this with a load of oils. I'm thinking of actually leaving this like undergarment thing in the grey because, like, when it has the oil over the top, the weights, it's the body pump class. Oh, this is an actual class that you're going to. Well, you got one of those people shouting at you. Back to the grindstone. Alright, cheers for stopping by, James. Hopefully catching a bizzle. Enjoy your studying. He's going to smash that exam tomorrow. Doesn't look like I kit bashed that many of the bodies on these guys. Like, it looks like I kept the majority of the tunics. It's like barding, however you want to call it. It's like, for these archers, it was like a heavy cloth, wasn't it? I don't know if that will have actually managed to stop an arrow. Maybe it would like stop an arrow at a like glance, like if an arrow caught the material with like a glancing blow. Because it's not a brigandine. I don't think. Could be a brigandine, to be fair. They were pretty durable from what I remember. Much better motivation when 90-year-old Vera is up front popping squats for days. Got to keep up. I like that it's structured. I lose focus in the gym floor by yourself. You get lost. Yeah, that's usually why I like to work out with a buddy. Just because like you can motivate each other, and like one of these can be spotting the other one as well, and like the little rotation, so when they're doing their set, it's a nice little break for you as well, and it means you're not just both stood about too much. Depends how disciplined you are, I guess. It's not going to work for everybody. Oh shit, no, I snapped a mushroom off the base. I'll stick that back on later. I've been struggling with my groin/hip abductor, nice to know. It keeps giving up when I try to sprint. The lady leg squeeze. The one that they train when they're trying to learn how to explode a melon. I mean, to me that sounds like a flexibility thing they did. Wanted to get doing some bit of yoga, a bit of stretching. yo stretch on. What I struggle with is like trying to find a balance between things, because like I'll just get obsessed with. I very much have like an ADHD sort of brain, but undiagnosed. But it's very much like I'll fixate on a project and I can't stop doing that project until it's done, right? So often enough when I'm doing like with what I'm doing at the minute, like making content and commission painting and stuff, like I'm literally fixated on it and I'll just keep doing it well into the evenings, most evenings. But maybe sometimes a game will come out and then I'll be obsessing over that game till I've finished it. And then I don't get half as much work done. Because as soon as it comes to like 5 o'clock, I'm like, right, I'm going to play for a bit. And then that becomes like a couple of hours. So I've been trying to like limit myself to that. But when I'm working out, it does provide a lot of like a weird scheduled structure to me. So it's like, right, okay, I'm going to do this on this day and this on this day. I have lost a little bit of motivation recently, but I think that's just to current events. Just generally losing a little bit of motivation, but we'll keep cracking on. Bring up, it was saying about the strain of sprinting on the abductor from drawing your leg forward. Right. Strengthen that section. It's like when doing kicks and stuff as well, isn't it? You want to try and strengthen up that. Make sure you're stretching that bit out. Again, for those of you who are new, welcome in, welcome in. My name's Tom. I'm a full-time commission painter / 3D printer. I stream on Twitch on a Wednesday and a Friday, and I now stream on YouTube every Thursday. So, you know, welcome. You know, if you want to subscribe to know when I'm going live on YouTube, or if you want to come and check me out on Twitch, you're more than welcome to do so. Same times, it's always between 11 and 4 PM GMT. So yeah, make sure you come and stop by and say hi. If you want to drop me a like on this live stream, that will just help us meet more people, really. YouTube will be like, oh, this is a good video. Oh. So don't forget to drop that like button. And then we can get more people in the community. I'm kind of itching for a game of something. I played a little bit of Bushido last week. I think it was last Monday. I played a game of Bushido with my mate Kador Red. So kind of keen to get another game in. Maybe some Crisis Protocol, some Shatterpoint. Kind of feel like playing some Horus Heresy though. Talking a lot about Horus Heresy again. It might be time for me to get my salamanders out. I haven't done any more work on them, so I could play some Titanicus. Got a mate who plays Titanicus. Maybe ask him. That's another fantastic game. If anybody's tried Titanicus, love Titanicus. To be honest, I think that might actually be the best Games Workshop game that I've played in a long time. It's just really good. Alternating activations, giant, enormous, super-powered robots firing apocalyptic weaponry at each other. Can't really beat that, can you? Ooh, TTS MCP game. Yes, actually, mate. I think I'll actually take you up on that. Take you up on that because I want to take the sentinels out for another spin. How far away are you, Chicken Sandwich? Because we can try and organise a get together, get a game in. I'm like Cheshire. I don't think you're that far. I think you're probably like an hour away. That goes for anybody in chat really. If you're a UK based and you're near the Cheshire area, we'll be looking for some Turnip28 opponents. Bolton? That's not too bad. You're closer to your work than you are. Yeah, I think for me it's a case of getting some terrain done. So I think I'm going to have to, once this turnip army's done and my Bushido army's done, what I need to do is focus on terrain. I think in August I'm probably going to have a little bit more time to focus on terrain, because right now I don't have any big mission bookings, so I can focus that time elsewhere. So usually, if I don't have as many commission, like a lot of priorities on commissions, I'll usually focus that time on getting a lot more stuff uploaded on my Etsy store, and then potentially even focusing on getting like some print and paints done. So like I can just print something off, paint it up, and then sell it and stuff like that. Just helps keep going really. What colour we're going to do this here? Unsure what colour to do the little skirts. I've left all the underskirts that sort of white tone. I can even white on some of them, I guess, and do the black on some of the others. I have to tidy up on these guys though. Got breastplate on. It's nice because it just helps break up the red. Loads of stripes to paint on as well. They're all going to look like Dennis the Menace. I kind of like this red and black striped theme that we've gone through because I think it looks quite intimidating. Battlefield. Browns on all these turnip bits as well. See what to do with the reds. Absolutely blasting through this unit, I have to say. Like with this technique, it just doesn't take a huge amount of time. I was like, I'm going to make today a fairly short stream. See what happens. But we are cracking on, chat. I'm going to leave one of the fodder and I'm going to film something with it. Yeah, what we could do, chicken sandwiches, I'm just thinking, I still want to do like the games nights every now and then on a Thursday night, and like stream it as well. So I'm clock watching now because I'm going to view a house at 2. Oh, nice. Finish my train of thought. Yeah, what we could do, we'll do our first one. Like, if you're free, should we say tonight? Are you free this evening for a game? Because I'll literally just pop it on and I'll stream it into the Discord as a test. We'll just get used to how TTS works. And then, like, maybe we can try it again. Don't have to do it every week, but maybe like every other week or something. And then we'll do some TTS games. And then maybe even stream them. That'd be a good way with engaging with you guys as well. I could do some Turnip28 games as well. I'm going to leave him blank because I'm going to paint him up. Oi! You'll be back from squash about 8:30ish. Yeah, let's do it, man. We'll be able to have a quick one, I reckon. We'll definitely be able to have a quick one. Because I'll probably need to be in bed by 10:30. I'm going to bed super early at the minute. So, I'm just going to focus down one guy now. So we've got up to here, and all I need to do is get the metallics put on everybody, and then we'll have the black there, paint the crossbows with their ash tone. It'll be quick when you use your round 1 Wargaming Dad strat. Hey, you won't be laughing if I use Malekith. My Sentinels list has Malekith and 2 Sentinels on it. Pretty scary stuff. It's pretty fun list, to be fair. Alright, let's just quickly do... I feel like doing the metallics, but I feel like doing those at the end. So I think I'm just going to paint the black bits on now. So I'm going to get German camo grey, because that way, when I do the oil wash, it's not just going to be pure black. There's going to be like a little bit of shading going on. German camo grey is this one from Vallejo. It's a lovely little paint. I'll be sat crying about it not being fair. Yeah, bring Malekith towards you. That's fine with me. I mean, to be fair, if you focus him down, that is one way of dealing with Malekith. Stepped away for a second. Did I hear something about 28 battle reports? Yes, Jojo. So, plans for the channel, I am going to be doing some T28 battle reports. And we could do some of them over TTS, because I know that some of you are in the States, or not in the UK. But I'm going to try and film as many of them in person as I can. So once this regiment is complete, I'm going to start having a look around and see if I can book in a few people to come and join me bring Malekith and then throw him away. Keep controlling him with Mysterio. Yeah, I haven't really played against that many like control lists. But yeah, Jojo, in terms of TTS stuff, we'll just learn how to do it on TTS, and then we'll just like YouTube record it and then stick it on YouTube. Be really, really quick and easy way of getting a nice little battle report for people to watch. Because we know that battle reports are popular, right? People want to see them. It gets a lot of people into the hobby. So I'm totally down for doing that. Plus, it means I'll get some games in. I'm also going to try and make my way down to the event that's being put on by Chris B in chat. But that's in September, so it might be a little bit of a stretch. I've got a mate doing a Star Wars Legion tournament actually towards the end of August, I think he said it was. I should double check that. I've got about 500 points of Star Wars Legion, so I'd probably have to borrow some units off him. Because I don't really fancy buying any more Star Wars Legion. Unless we could use Shatterpoint models. I would quite like to get down to a few more like games again. Like I used to play quite a lot. Don't really play at all at the minute. I just paint all day, every day. No Element Games does MCP tournaments. Yeah, they do, mate. Yeah. And now they do Shatterpoint. There's quite a big scene for it down there. I went to an event with a couple of mates. When was it now? Last year? I think it was last year. Yeah, it was about October time last year. We travelled to about 2 hours away. I can't remember that. It might have been Prestwich or something like that. The MCP event. That was really fun. I won one game. Yeah, I won one game. Got absolutely smashed in one game. I was running X-Men. I got absolutely blasted in my first game. Was a really good game. It was like a bit of a mix, kind of like a bit more close. Yeah, I think it was in Prestwich. I can't remember where it was now. He's a little bit more northern to where I am. Got a little bit of grey going down there. These start doing the stripes as well, so might as well do some of the stripes here. Get some of this Abaddon black. These ones are quite easy to do the stripes on because you're just following these little patterns. And he's got a belt as well. That tone. Yeah, there is a TTS simulator for Turnip28 as well, so we can definitely get some stuff on. I'd like to try out Swill as well, so Swill's the next big game coming out from Max. I've seen that he's already been doing some play testing on it. Swill looks really cool actually as well. That's another thing I want to try and do at some point. So many things to try and paint at the minute, guys. But that's like more sort of industrial style. I don't know how else to explain it. It's got tanks, so it's like World War One, sort of Victorian Britain, but everything's all rusty and melty. There's a date for RuneScape game they're going to be shipping. Did you actually get into the RuneScape game? Fuck you know. Why you'd get that? Unless you're a RuneScape fan. I went all in for it. So I always played WoW or other weird little MMOs that came out. I think I tried RuneScape and then got bored very quickly. Some cool models, is it? I'll take your word for it, mate. There we go. All I've got to do on this guy now, we just got to get his helmet. Helmet done. Thinking what we're going to do for this little bit here. You know what, I'm thinking like a mottled yellow. Played a lot of RuneScape when I was 16, 17. It's still going now. Still a lot of people playing it now, mate. Mental. Absolute madness. Giant queen bug thing, huge lava boss. Get the three-headed giant. Ooh, I didn't know there were some cool creatures. If there's cool creatures, you know, that might change things a little bit, you know. I mean, I'll happily paint them up if people pay me to paint them up, but I don't think I'll get them myself. That goes for anything, really. What am I looking for? Guilliman flesh, I think. What a cheeky little skin tone. I'll do this one actually. Light skin. Normal game boss is a green dragon, then the King Black Dragon expansion is the big three-header. Oh. I thought it'd literally just be like a board game where you do mining simulator. So you've got to both compete to see how much pickaxing you can do. Alright. Right, chat. We've I did say today's stream will be a shorter stream. Normally we do a lot longer on these live streams, but I've got to get cracking with some other work. We've got to get the Grand Inquisitor painted up, and I've got to finish him, get Reaver done as well. So I'm actually going to cut today's stream a little bit shorter. I know we've not finished the turnip fodder regiment, but I think we'll have to either finish those off on a YouTube video or we'll come back next week. I kind of want to do a full paint through of my character. So I kind of really want to paint this guy up. And I'll be painting him up to a higher level than I've done these. This is like bronze tier, okay? It's like table ready. I'm probably going to paint this guy to like silver. So it's going to be everything's going to be highlighted. I'm going to try and get some nice cool patterns going on the shell. So we've got a fair bit of work to do on him. Should be quite fun. So this is what's going to be painted next week on next week's YouTube live stream. Thank everybody who's hung out with me today. If you want to come and join us tomorrow, we'll be painting Star Wars Shatterpoint on Twitch. And I'll probably be either finishing the Grand Inquisitor off or I'll be painting Reva. Not seen her. Very, very cool sculpt. This is the lady from the Obi-Wan series. So very, very cool sculpt. I love like how dynamic this is. So yeah, got a lot of plans for her as well. Going to do slight underlighting down the red. I do want to do some OSL on these. There's going to be a little bit of OSL, not too much. But yeah, stay tuned. If you're a YouTube user, make sure you click that like button, subscribe. I will be putting up a video on how to build and paint Turnip28 brutes. It probably is going to be next week. I'll be honest. Just got a lot on at the minute. A busy week. I've got, once the Jedi Hunters commission's done, I've then got the General Grievous box set to do. Then I've got a print and paint to do, which is the Cutlass Black. And then I have another print and paint to do, all before... Well, I kind of want to do it before the end of this month, but we're going to be really tight. I'm just going to be painting way into the evenings every evening. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Lots of love to you all. I'll catch you next time. We'll be here next week from 11 till 4, or come and join us on Twitch. Lots of love to you. Cheers, Jojo. Cheers, Crispy. Chicken Sandwich. Sigmaster, everybody that's joined us this afternoon. You're all fabulous human beings. Post your whips into the Discord. We'd love to see them, as of course. Ciao for now.